Hey everybody, welcome to, I guess, Maker Mornings with Meg doesn't really apply. Maker Evenings, Maker Mornings, Virtual Catalog Premieres with Meg. Anyway, whatever it is, welcome. I'm excited to see you all. And the new news for today, September 6th, is that we can look inside this book together and talk about all the wonderful new things that are in there. So when you're here, say hi, say where you're calling from. It's always kind of fun to calling. You guys are calling. Say where you're tuning in from. It's always fun to see where everybody's from. And I have a lot of things to share with you. I have two things on my printer, which I need to go grab. I have a project that we're going to run through, including a tutorial for using this new punch here, which I think is really, really cool. It's a tag topper punch, and you know I love tag topper punches, so there'll be a lot more with this one. I'm going to show you a cool trick today with it. And we are going to go through a whole mess of cards here. I don't know how many there are, 5, 10, 15, 20, I don't know, maybe 30 cards or so, 35, maybe more, something like that. And a lot of chances to see things from inside the new book. So with that, oh, hey everybody. Hey Tanya and Trish and everybody. Yeah, right around the corner in Urbana, Illinois, right, Tanya? So I'm going to switch our camera down and let's do our stamping first. And then I'm going to show you some projects from the catalog, and then we're going to talk about the new releases that are going today. So as always, links are in the video description for all of the things that I show to you. Hey, Kathy. And yeah, keep on saying hello if you're here. So, all right, switching our camera down to our punch here. So where are these things in the catalog? That is a good question. This is the Sparkling Snowflakes Topper, Tag Topper Punch, and Stamp Set. And the catalog has them as actually kind of associated a little bit here with the suite, the Winter Meadow suite. So we'll go through this in a little bit more and see some of the other pieces. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to use this gorgeous Snowflake Magic paper. So I'm going to show that to you. We're going to use the silver and white ribbon that goes with it. And these Faceted Gems trio is really pretty also, but I'm actually going to use the slightly different adhesive back glitter sequins because I thought you guys might want to see these. They're a little bit different from things we've had before. So let's go ahead and pull out our pieces here. So I've got our card pieces here, and I'm starting with a piece of Pretty Peacock cardstock. So as I've been going through and getting papers ready for my the LovenStamps Designer Series paper share, which if you haven't signed up for, there's still a couple of days left to sign up, so don't miss a spot in that. There is a lot of Pretty Peacock in the Designer Series papers in this catalog, so it's been fun to pull that out because I really love that color. And then we are going to go ahead and add some cardstock to this. So what I have is Lost Lagoon and Pool Party. And usually we put the lighter color on top and then matte with darker, but we are going to change it all up tonight and we're going to reverse that. So we have the darker color on top and the lighter color as a matte, and just look at how those colors pop out that way. It makes a really nice contrast. So, all right. So, hey Sue, hey Cindy. So we're going to go ahead and do some stamping on here, and I've just realized that I need a piece of scrap paper, so I think this one will do. And we're going to stamp our snowflakes first. So the snowflakes for this stamp set are a variety. They can be layered together, so they're sized to match each other, or they can be used independently. And oh, there's a blooming pearl just kind of hanging out here, waiting to be someplace. I'm going to pop that there so I don't lose it for later. And we are going to go ahead and stamp our background. So as always with collage stamping, when I have several images, I like to use my largest image first and then fit the smaller ones in around them. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp a snowflake up here, and then maybe another large snowflake down here. And then I'm going to pop a couple of our smaller ones, let's see here, and fill in some space, and then maybe a little bit up there. Okay, so now it looks like we have a piece of paper that we've cut out of like a Designer Series paper almost to go ahead and layer, and you can see how pretty that is on the darker, lighter colored cardstock behind. So sometimes you can change that up a little bit for something just a little bit different look, especially with a dark cardstock background like this card. That contrast is really nice there with the, pool party, just so the light to the dark. So we have some good contrast there. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and mount this here on our card. And you can mount this flat, or you could go ahead and pop it up. I am a huge fan of popping up layers. As you know, I love to add the shadow line around there so that you can really see the that extra texture and that extra layer. So, all right. Hi, Joan. Okay, so popping our layer on here. This is a 3x4 card, so I love this 3x4 card layout. It's very simple. I actually just used it last week to show you this other card here from the catalog. So another great 3x4. But we're going to, this piece here is 3 inches across by 4 inches, and then 4 1/4 by 3 1/4 for our mat. All right, so now I'm going to show you. I realize I didn't cut a full piece of this, but I will do that now. I'm going to show you a couple options here for this tag topper punch. So let's go ahead and cut a 2-inch piece here. Get my trimmer, my scoring blade out of the way. So now I have a 2-inch piece of cardstock, and 2 inches is the usual size for our topper punches, okay? So what you're gonna do is go ahead and open your punch first of all. Stampin' Up! Punches, you always wanna pop that little knob there so that they open. And then the paper goes in the little tray, and you know it's straight because it fits snugly in there. And then what we're gonna do is flip it to the back side just to look, make sure it's lined up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and punch that. And here is the coolness of the tag topper punch. Now, there are a number of different ways you can use this. In the book, they use it as a tag, and they use it as like a band for wrapping around these little chocolate treats. Those look like Ghirardelli chocolates to me. So you could punch the end of the snowflake and have it pop through. You could even, I think they're showing that they've punched both ends of it on those little wrappers. And then you could use it here. They've used it as a tag hanging down. We're actually going to use it as a tag also, but I don't really want this whole piece here, because if I put this whole piece on, it's really going to cover up most of our snowflake art, and we want it to be a little bit more subtle. So instead, I'm going to use a smaller piece, and let's see, how wide did I cut this? This is cut to 1 1/4 inches, so a little bit narrower. And when I slide this in, it's going to slide around in the tray. So I'm going to want to be careful to make sure I get it in the center there. And the way I'm going to do that is just by lining it up all the way against the stopper here. You see how I can make that flush against the end? Then I know I'm pretty straight, and I can line up my elements in the snowflake. I'm going to go ahead and pinch it. I'm going to look on this side, make sure, yep, that looks pretty straight, and then go ahead and punch my snowflake. And here, now we have this narrower tag here, which is a pretty different effect here. So you could make your snowflake tag any width to accommodate whatever your project is and whatever the needs are for fitting it on there. And so we're gonna go ahead and use this on our card here. I'm gonna use my scissors, which I apparently have not handy. And I'm gonna go ahead and trim this here like so, okay? And then this is gonna fit just like that on our card with a little bit of overlap. So now we need a greeting for this, and I'm gonna choose from the ones in this stamp set. The Sparkling Snowflakes greetings are excellent choices. There's winter greetings, which you can use for lots of things. Make the season sparkle, let it snow for you. There are a lot of neat varieties. So I'm gonna go with Make the Season Sparkle, because we're gonna add some sparkle to this card. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp this here plus or minus towards the middle of our tag, all right? I love the font of this. It's very delicate, and it has just a great match. All right, let's close up our ink pad before something happens. I love the match of the font to the elegance of the snowflakes. So, My friend Betsy Kreider, she's a demonstrator in Pennsylvania. She actually had posted a tip that I'm going to share with you. She was finding that with these snowflakes, she was getting kind of a splotchy image. And the reason that she just figured out she was doing that was because she had a brand new ink pad and it just was a little bit extra juicy. And so her solution was to just take the back of like a plastic spoon and you can actually kind of mush the ink around. She moved some of the ink out to the edges of the pad to leave a little bit less ink in the center, and she got a really much crisper image from that. So if you're having trouble, check your cardstock first, make sure it's good quality, like Stampin' Up! Cardstock, or good quality Stampin' Up! Cardstock, and then check your ink pads to make sure they're not over inked. So, all right, now this paper here is one of those a little bit goes a long way papers. So here are the 3 colors included in this Snowflake Magic paper. So there you get 2 sheets of each one in a full package. If this is something that you want to sample, you should sign up for my LovenStamps Designer Series paper share because you'll get 6x6 of each of these. And you can see those really pretty colors in there. Lots of just really gorgeous turquoise along with the white and silver. Now, the nice thing about paper like this is that a little bit can go a very long way. And so I have a strip here that's a 1/4 inch by about 3 inches. And this is going to be enough for us. So I'm going to take my multi-purpose liquid glue and put a really narrow band across the bottom of our tag there, like so small you can barely see it. But if you know me and the glue, if you can see it, it is enough. And then I'm just going to pop this on here and give it a second to grab. So, all right, it takes a little more than a second to grab, so we'll give it a generous second there. And you can see how that little bit of silver there just really sets off of our tag. So, hey, Patricia, we have the West Coast represented tonight. All right, so this is going to come on here. Now, I said we're going to use these sequins here. Remember, open your package by slitting the side of it so that it's just really easy to slide out your package to use. And we're going to go ahead and use these white glitter sequins here. So what these are is they are adhesive back sequins. So it's like a little glue dot with a sequin on it. And then the sequin is covered in glitter. Can you see that? They are really pretty, really sparkly, and they are in the new catalog. So kind of a fun thing for that. So let's see, we're going to add those here. But before we do that, I want to make our focal point just a little bit stronger. I want to add one more element to our card. And so I'm going to pull in, this is the sheer white ribbon, silver and white ribbon from the Winter Meadow Suite. And it is a really nice match for these, this stamp set too. It's got that like fine elegance that matches the snowflakes so beautifully. And we're going to go ahead and just make a loop of this. And we're going to pop our loop here on our card like so, okay? So now we have a really nice accent. I'm going to zoom in here because you guys are really far away. There we go. A really nice accent to go behind our tag, okay? Now, how to stick this sheer ribbon down. If you glue it, the glue is going to come through. So I find in this case that my favorite thing to do is to go ahead and use some bits of Stampin' Dimensional edging. So I'm holding the ribbon in place and I'm going to go ahead and cut the Stampin' Dimensional edging. I use this for special stuff so often that I save them, of course, from my sheets so that they're handy. So I end up with like pieces like this where I've used all the edges and then pieces like this where I've used all the inside. Do you think I could use them at an even rate? But somehow that doesn't happen. So I don't know. Are you guys the same? Do you use one faster than the other? End up with piles of the other? All right. So now, oh, I realized I did too much here of the dimensional. So let's peel off some of that there because I don't want it to show through our hole. So now when I pop this on here, it's going to hold our ribbon in place, attach our greeting tag, and do that all without having it show in weird places. Pretty cool, right? All right, so now let's pull in our sequins. I love to use my Take Your Pick tool for this. I'm gonna slide and stick here to get these down, and I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple of them. I really like sequins and embellishments in groups of 3. And I want them to kind of be around our focal point here. I could put them randomly, but if I use them around our focal point, then that helps to strengthen our focal point. So I'm gonna pop them. I could put one, actually I'm gonna put it on the greeting tag right here. So not quite so far away. So there we have our really pretty quick snowflakes, sparkling snowflakes card. And this is something that you could easily duplicate. So if you're looking for an idea for a Christmas card, something that you want to send to family members or friends around the country or the world, wherever you send your Christmas cards, this is definitely one that would come together in a hurry. You could use both the turquoise and the clear snowflakes from this, or snowflakes sequins from this set. So you would have a whole lot, and then you'd have these greens left over for some pretty spring cards or so forth. But this would last you for a good set. And then as far as like the cardstock and stuff goes, you're going to want a package of Lost Lagoon and Pool Party and Peacock. It occurs to me, I don't know if I put Lost Lagoon on the supply list for this. So when you're looking at the supply list for the video, you might have to add the Lost Lagoon to it. But then just some really easy stamping and a really cool effect with that snowflake topper punch. So lots of things you can do with this for little gifts and stuff too. So definitely something that you will find useful throughout your holiday season. All right, okay. So let me grab my papers that I promised from my printer here. Let's see. So I have two things to share with you before we go through cards. One of them is not useful. Look at this. Look at how cool these special papers are. Sometimes this happens on my printer. Okay, so let's look at this Designer Series Paper Special Release. There are 5 new paper options in the online exclusives category, and you can use this code. So if you're watching this on your phone, it might pop up, or if you're watching on your computer or whatnot, you can probably scan that code right there and be headed directly to the online store. So make sure you pick me as your demonstrator so that I can make sure I give you LovenStamps Perks Points for your order. But there are 5 new paper packages available, and they're gorgeous. They're not included in the Designer Series Paper Share, the LovenStamps Paper Share, because they came out just after the Paper Share. We didn't even really know about them. So they were kind of a fun surprise, but they're very pretty. There's some foiled ones and some Christmas and so forth. So check those out. And then the other thing that I wanted to tell you about is World Card Making Day. So World Card Making Day is coming up on October 7th. And that afternoon, I can't remember the time zone, it's like 2 to 5 p.m., 3 to 5 p.m., is a free virtual event that you can sign up for. And if you visit my online store, you'll see the header for it. But there it will be a chance to kind of craft together, stamp as you're watching the tutorials. And this is put on by Stampin' Up. And you will want to register ahead of time. So look for more information about this. You've got some time to register. And then there are 3 stamp bundles that are used during that day for the project. So Circle Sayings, which I've showed you before, and the new 2 and 3 inch and Circle Punch. Earth and Textures, which I've also showed. That was one of the features for LovenStamps monthly tutorials. And then a brand new one, the Heartfelt Hexagons. And this just launched today, so it's a bundle. This is one of the bigger punch sizes, so a good size hexagon, and then these fun things to go with it. So, trying to focus. With sincere sympathy, let's eat cake, sending love and hugs, I hope your day is filled with joy, Mr. and Mrs. So, definitely a shape and so forth, some sentiments that can be used for lots of different occasions. So anyway, you don't have to have these to participate in World Card Making Day. You don't have to buy anything to participate in World Card Making Day. But if you want to make the projects as they are presented, then you're going to want the set of supplies. And then here is the set of cardstocks and inks and so forth too. So colors, the new core colors of cardstock. So a chance to use the new core colors from Stampin' Up. Blueberry Bushel, Lemon Lime Twist, new core color markers. So lots of fun choices there. And you can download this paper from my online store also. So go ahead and check that out. All right. Are you guys ready to see some cards? Let's go ahead and pull some things together. So as we're going through these, you can feel free to take a screenshot, take a picture of your screen, all kinds of fun ways to remember them. But these are cards that were made by demonstrators in my LovenStamps and Tips stamping group, or demonstrators who we're also fellow advisory board alumni from Stampin' Up. So we take our cards, we make them, we send them into one person, they swap them all out, and we get back a variety. So here is the variety of these. And we're going to go through them in the order of the catalog so you can kind of see where things are. Oops, I almost dropped my order of them. And let's get some of this stuff out of the background here. And let's go ahead and zoom out. I'll show you the cards up nice and close so you're able to see them. All right, so first things first, if you have your new book, you can pull it out and follow along, make little notes to yourself. It's your book. Make whatever notes you want. In the front of the book, they're going to talk about the suites, and so we'll talk about those as we go through. The icons for different things are listed there if you're ever like wondering what those things are. And then right at the beginning is the Walk in the Forest Designer Series paper. This Designer Series paper is special because it is part of the Stampin' Up! Making a Difference mission. Pardon me. There we go. And when you order this paper, $3 will be donated to support organizations that are making a difference around the globe. So depending on where they are, you might see different things being supported. So I think they'll tell us where they are for the US maybe, but I haven't heard yet. So hi, Elaine and Elaine. All right, so we have our paper here, but one of the great things about this paper is it matches two different stamp sets, the Merriest Trees and the Very Cute stamps. Well, actually the punch and the dies. So you can kind of see it matches these Christmas tree dies, which we'll come to, and it also matches the bear punch, which we will come to also. So anyway, that's why there's an extra paper that matches there. All right, so now we have the Merry, Bold, and Bright Suite. And the first card I'm going to show you is one that was made by my friend Laura Bartow. And let's go through here. And she used these very fun bulbs here to really make the most of them. So you can see the dies and the stamps that she used are really a great way to show off the stamps from this stamp set. The Designer Series paper is also one of my favorites. This card was made by Michelle Grimble, and she used those papers too. There's nothing that says you have to use a whole sheet of paper. You can use a small amount of the paper, and left and right, back and front, these are all really gorgeous papers to be using. These are stamps here from the stamp set also, and I love, Laura stamped hers directly in the paper. Michelle stamped hers and then cut them out and stuck them down. So you can see that overlap right there is just really nice and pronounced when you're using that adhered paper there. So, all right, our next card is by my friend Amy Story, and this card also features here, and she used the this tag die here, and then the very fun element here with this gorgeous paper. So this is the Merry and Bold, Melon Mambo and Granny Apple foil sheets, and they are a really pretty color and very striking. Kind of like the paper we used in our Snowflake card. You don't need a ton of it to make a really big impression. And then the last thing on this card that I wanted to point out, and actually everybody used these, and I love that these are both green, these are a variety of colors. Laura used a variety of colors too. These dots, these sparkle bling dots, are the iridescent adhesive back discs. And they are kind of like a flat sequin. They're really pretty and they shine in lots of different colors. So those are a great way to add some extra Christmas joy and sparkle to your project. So, all right, we're gonna skip ahead here to the Merriest Trees stamp set. And I have a couple samples of this one. My first one is by Mary McNeely, and she used this one here with a tree And then this fun card layout, which actually we just did on a project. Do I have it behind me? Oh yeah, a marvelous masterfully made project. So this is the masterfully made project from Maker Mornings with Meg. So you can look back for this tutorial. It's honestly within the last few posts. If you go to the LovenStamps blog and look for a post, you can learn how to do that. But I love the way she did this. So this is the bear punch, and then the die cut trees, and then she had to fussy cut this bear. But you know what? It's totally worth it. It's darling. Okay, so a really fun way to use that. So that is by Mary McNeely. And then I have another one here. This card is by Jill Olson. And Jill used the music background folder, which when it pops up, we're going to look for it. Oh, wait, it's in their main catalog, I think. But I love the music feature in this card, and then the really pretty way she used the shading, and then these die cut elements on the tree. So if you're looking at this and you're thinking, I am not stamping and die cutting individual tree elements, that looks like a nightmare to me. Rest assured that in the die set, there are these set of 1, 2, 3. Actually, I think you could do them all separately and stick those down on top of your tree. So those are a really quick, sorry for the focus there, a really quick way to add a lot of decor all at one time. So, and then you're gonna see both images here were used by Jill to really feature that tree there. Okay, I have another one here. This is by Liz Orr, and she combined it with the gingerbread stamp set that's gonna be later in the catalog. So here is Liz's version of the tree with a little gingerbread guy peeking out from behind. So, all right, on the next page, we have the very clever Festive and Fun stamp set. And Festive and Fun is a stamp set that can be colored or not. This card is by Susan Lise Morton, and she did color it, and beautifully. So this circle here, I want to bring to your attention, this is the deckled circles. I think they're going to be really popular. And then Susan Elise used our sparkle sequins here that we used on our snowflake card, except she used the green ones here. And I love the way she did the coloring here on her card. So if I'd guess Stampin' Blends. I think she kind of went around and did some Stampin' Blends here on our cute rhinoceros. So lots of, sorry, focus here. Lots of cool cuteness there. All right, so the next card I'm going to show you features some things from the Holy Night Suite. And this I'm actually going to show you right now because there are a couple of things from this that are back ordered right now. So the star trinkets are out of stock at the moment, but they should be back soon. I sent an email to my customers today. If you didn't get it, make sure you go to my website at LovenStamps and sign up for my email newsletter, because you're going to want to get those emails from me with the latest information. The star trinkets are out of stock, but should be back shortly. And then this Shining Brightly paper, also out of stock and should be back shortly. And the Stars at Night bundle, it's the hybrid embossing folder that is out of stock at the moment. So it is also coming back shortly. So one of the great things about the beginning of the catalog is that there's lots of time for things to come back in stock. So don't panic if something that you are excited about isn't available right now. My recommendation is usually to go ahead and get what is available now, so that you're not missing out, like you get something now and something else later, and then miss out on the pieces of it. Oh, Michelle said that the Toys for Tots is our group that is supported by the Making a Difference campaign with the paper. So thanks, Michelle. All right. So we're going to go ahead and flip to the next page, because this is the card that I'm going to show you featuring this greeting. And it is the Stars at Night stamp set. This card is by Brandy Bernard. And she used the folder here, which I love. And you're going to see it again because I used it on my card swap when we come to it. But I really love the snowflakes here. And then you can see that they have a little ink on, there we go. A little ink on top of them. So if I had to guess, I would guess that she did that either by brushing across the top of her card with an ink pad, or by dropping a little ink on her folder so that it impressed into the cardstock when she did the embossing there. So, and I love color on color matte around the edge. We do that a lot on Maker Mornings with Meg to add that extra element around the card. So really pretty. All right. Next card is the stamp set Rocking a Horse bundle here. It's the Rocking Horse stamp set. And this one is a fun card. It's by Mel Lampert. And it features the pieces in a little bit unusual way, but it's pictured here in the book. And that is with this tackle box die cut. So this is from the fishing set in the main catalog. And she die cut that tackle box and then put the different elements from the stamp set into the different compartments. So there is the Stampin' Up! Version of the sample. So that card that's in the catalog is a little bit bigger than our normal card, but certainly would be fun. And then the Rocking Horse is darling and a great way to show that off. So, all right, Shop the Town, very cute. This stamp set here, though, was one that was featured quite a few times in our swap cards. So this card is by Jody Reinert, and she did a blue version of it. May your Christmas be merry and bright. And look, this is a 3x4 card. You guys know I love these. So this is a 3x4 piece of designer series paper where she trimmed off the bottom and either flipped it or used another piece of paper. I'm honestly not sure. But 3x4 layout, right? One of our favorites. This card is by Julie Davison. And she did sort of a 3x4 kind of layout, but without a 3x4. So she went ahead and stamped the greeting here on the octagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 octagon, and then die cut that. And then I think you can see in the background, this is actually a folder here. And so that's a really neat way to add that extra Christmas wishes. And then this is that Merry, Bold, and Bright paper from the first project. So let's see. All right. Yes, Sue said, cute way to use the tackle box. I agree. Okay, let me get rid of this here. There we go. All right. So there's another card. And then this last one here with, two more, I guess, with the same stamp set. This one is by Tammy Ackerman, and she used some of that cute bear paper at the top and the bottom. And then the Christmas is, oh no, I'm on to the next one. Okay, so let me move away from these. So Julie and Jody's, and then on to the next page, which is where Tammy's card is coming from. And this is the Berry Christmas Suite. So it has this gorgeous velvet ribbon. It has these fun bear paper. It has a greeting from the stamp set, Christmas is Better Together. And Tammy used those sequins there from our adhesive back glitter sequins also. So there's a cute card from Tammy with some neat ways to use our bears. This card is by Rachel Chamberlain. She's a demonstrator from our group. And she used the trees kind of here along the edges and the little color for them. So let's take a look at that. We're going to look at the stamp set here for just a moment, because the stamp set has a tree in it, and then it has the fill for the tree, which is a great combination together. So you can see the way Rachel used it here. She stamped the tree and then added. Now, this is really tricky too. This is a great trick. Thanks, Rachel, for showing this. For using the punch, but then not having to punch out the other bear. Okay, so the punch only has one size. It's this bear punch here. And so she stamped the little bear in the background and added the front bear here. So you still get that layered effect, but without the work of cutting out a second bear. Totally brilliant. All right, let's go with our next card here. This card is by Karen Titus. And this is another bear card and a great way to use the paper, kind of mix and match. So these angled papers here are really fun. And then she actually roughed up the edges of them for sort of this fuzziness, which goes really well with a bear. So there's that card. And then this card is actually the one that I did for our swap. And so this one features our bear and kind of the like sweatery effect. So this is from the designer series paper also. And you can see the folder here in the background that I used to add that little extra texture in the background. So really fun. And I love putting little scarves on these bears. You can make them match whatever you like. And then this last one here is by Stella McKay. And Stella also used our bear friend And let's pull her card here. She used the vanilla. So if you look at these papers, the background of this paper is actually vanilla, and I went with white anyway. Stella went ahead and used the vanilla with it. So you have two really good choices here for what you want to do with your bears, whether you want to emphasize the vanilla that's in the paper, or you want to kind of go against the vanilla and just use white to make it that crisp difference. So lots of good possibilities for that. All right, tuck these here away. Our next card is featuring, we're gonna skip past this, these owls, you'll be seeing more from me soon. So this is the Joy of Christmas suite, and it actually has 2 stamp sets and 2 die bundles. So this card is by Janice Waitman, and it features the first of them, which has the Noel. So this is Joy of Noel, and this is Christmas Classics. So Joy of Noel has this fantastic Noel in it, and then Christmas Classics has the die here that she used. And then this background die we're going to talk about separately. But you can see this really gorgeous foil behind. So this is those Melon Mambo Granny Apple Green foil sheets. And they, like I've said, a little bit goes a long way. You could also use a big piece of it. So this is a big piece that runs here. I actually don't know. She could have just put a strip behind each one, but honestly, that would take a lot of time. So I'd probably just put the whole sheet behind and call it done. All right, so that's Janice Waitman's card. And then the next one I have is by Colleen Magnus, and she used the other stamp and die set from this catalog, or from this suite. And Colleen's here has the feature here of this really pretty around the edge border here. So this is the border die here. There are a couple really great ones here. This appeared, a similar one has appeared in the main catalog. And in the main catalog, when it came out in the annual catalog, it went on back order right away because they were really, really popular. So I don't know if this one will end up going quite as quickly, but one of the great things about it is this die shape here, where it has the little elements above and elements below. So this is sort of the square version of that die, and just a really cool effect. So you get a lot of bang for your die there on that particular die set. So lots of good possibilities. All right, because that's something that I love, a die where you can use it for lots of things. Certainly not just for the stamp set, you could use that for lots of different greetings. All right, so here is the Sending Cheer bundle, the gingerbread man that we talked about earlier. This is the Christmas Tidings embossing folder that we saw on one of the cards earlier. And then this is the Jolly Words stamp set. So really cute here with the greeting and then image all tied together. And this card is by Evie. And she used the markers to color, and then she used, I don't know how well you can see, the sparkle on there is Wink of Stella, and she did sort of a Wink of Stella wash over the top to add all of that. So really pretty piece there with the Joy Designer Series paper. All right, so that brings us, we're going to skip ahead to the Winter Meadow. Now, I posted a question earlier, hey Becky, and I said, what do you most want to see from the video today? What suites? And a couple people said Winter Meadow was top of their list. So we're going to show some Winter Meadow projects. And this is one that I didn't necessarily have jump out at me until I started looking at the Designer Series paper for this. And it is beautiful. So there are some really great possibilities with it. This card is by Susan LaCroix, and she used Wink of Stella also on her berries, so that's why those are extra sparkly there. And then the just gorgeous textured background and that sheer ribbon. So a really simple card layout with some really nice effect, and the colder weather brings us together. So kind of a neat sentiment to have with this stamp set. Our next card here is by Leanne Gruff. And Leanne did one of these cool curtain folds or drapery folds where you basically start with your cardstock and you cut it on the diagonal to make 2 card bases and then fit the pieces in from there. So I haven't done one of these for a long time. Leanne, you're going to make me want to get this out. So this is the distressed brick folder here too, which is a great effect with this Winter Meadow stamp set. All right, another card here. This is by Kimberly Kane, and she did a different fold altogether too. So she did a vertical fold here, and then used a piece of that gorgeous Winter Meadow Snowflake magic paper that we've used in our project. So here is the kind of layout for that one. So really cool. That's a neat card, Kimberly. All right, and then finally we have our card that we've already showed you here, and that was the one we made tonight to go along with our project. So if you missed the stamping part of the video, you can go back and watch it again. So it has both this stamp set and then the snowflake really goes well with it. The Above It All stamp set, I haven't played with yet, but looks like a lot of fun. And then these nested treat boxes have so many fun possibilities. So watch for some projects with those soon. Precious Pine Cones, great double layer. All right. Can we just pause a moment to appreciate the beauty of the All About Autumn suite? All right. So this designer series paper is absolutely breathtaking. I showed it in our video where we did our walkthrough of the LovenStamps paper share. And it is photo paper on one side and then this foiled, you can see the mauve foiled paper in the background there. On the back side, they're all foiled. So this paper is out of stock right now. And again, is not a reason to panic. It will be back. It actually is due to be back the week of September 11th. So it's like next week. It's not even a long time. So hang in there if you are waiting for this. I would get the things you want this week right away, especially because I'm offering a special. If you order at least $45 from my online store between September 6th and 11th, you're going to get a package of blooming pearls as an extra thank you for me. So these I've used quite a few of already, but they are really, really very pretty, and you'll see them coming up in a suite soon. But anyway, that's my sort of like, yay, get what you want now, kind of incentive there. So there's our stamp set. There are these very pretty speckled dots. The speckled dots are out of stock right now, but they will be back. And I think that the combo ribbon is out right now too. So actually, this is my reminder to you. When you go to my online store and you see a thing that says currently unavailable underneath the listing for it, that probably means that it's currently unavailable, but it's on order and it will be back sometime, and then you'll be able to order it then. If you go to look for something, like you looked up speckled dots and you didn't find them at all, then that might mean that they're out of stock and they won't be reordered. So we won't be waiting for those. But if you're ever not sure, just send me a message and I'd be happy to check stuff for you. So let us look at some projects with this gorgeous suite. This card is by Margaret Van Vliet, and she used the mauve. She went into the mauve on this, and then oxidized copper paper, which I have been adoring and using a ton of lately. So you'll see a lot of that from me. And this is a great card layout. There's a number of variations on this one. But basically you have these two pieces together. And so when you open it, you have a card that stands up beautifully like this, and then opens like this to show off the layers. So are really pretty. Autumn teaches us that change can be beautiful. And I love that they're not just random leaf colors, they're Stampin' Up! Coordinating leaf colors. So a really gorgeous card there. Our next card is by Kathy Parlitzis, and this one also uses these pretty foiled papers and a fun fold layout. So again, this giant leaf with a veining in the background, and then the photo paper, and then a fun fold inside just like that. And I love that she's got the greeting that shows on the front. And this is a fun fold, but it usually covers up most of the front layers, cover most of the inside. So you have the inside showing, but not so much that you don't have a place to write your greeting. So, which is kind of a nice bonus. And then this next card is by Karen Snyder, and she did a fun fold too. Man, this fun fold here is just kind of a fun deal. So there is a kind of a cool mechanism in this card here where there is just a box folded. So, and then the extra square mounted on the box inside there. Kind of see how that works? go like this or like this. There you go. All right. So really clever way to kind of have those sideways squares that are really featured there. Nice job. All right. And then this last card actually is a feature from the same. This is a card by Kathy Miller, and she did the deckled circles on the front and then some extra stamping there on the inside. So, all right. Then we're going to turn our page here to our next, let's see, our next set of, there's the stamp set sort of in a large size. And we're going to turn here to this, which is the layered sunflower masks. These are Abundant Beauty decorative masks. And this card is just breathtaking. So this is done by Linda Bowen. And she did this with the paste, the embossing paste. So it's actually dimensional. I don't know how well you can see that here in our video. But the paste is dimensional, and then I think she must have stamped behind it and then put the paste on top of it. So really pretty. And this is the sparkle paste. So it has that absolutely gorgeous sheen to it with the glitter in it. So, and when I say stamp, I mean use the folders to make the image, or the folders, use the masks to make the image. So this is going to be a blending brush project, and you can bet that I will be showing you how those work in an upcoming video. I'm really excited for those. So greetings for these stamp set. This is by Ann Clemmer. Oh, sorry, I guess I have to take out the plastic. This is a great use of that greeting set too. This So Sincere greetings include lots of good sentiments that you just really are just terrific. You're in my heart and prayers. Just love spending time with you. Be grateful for what you have. Be proud of who you are. They're just, knowing you brings joy to my heart. Like, there are some really great sentiments in here. So here is a really pretty card that Ann Clemmer did. And I love this background here with this tile. I can't remember. It's in the new mini catalog, but that tile folder is gorgeous. And then the shimmer paper from the main catalog. All right, so that brings us around the corner to our Halloween suite. And I have one card that features the Bag of Bones stamp set and dies and paper. And this is by Joyce Farraco. And it is super darling, right? I am just a sucker for these cute skeletons. They are a really fun thing. And then this is the Modern Oval Punch, which I'm going to bring up again because it is a really terrific one to have. Now, if the Bag of Bones dies are on your list, you're going to have to hang on. I think September 25th, the week of September 25th, maybe, they're coming back. So it's going to be just a little bit before you can get those, but you can get the stamps now, the paper now. The bats and the glow-in-the-dark things are on back order right at the moment, but they'll be back hopefully pretty soon too. So with these kinds of things, just use the pieces that you can. The stamps are great. The papers are great. Lots of fun possibilities. And then there's this fun stamp set, but then there's also this Pick of the Patch stamp set, which I love so much that I am featuring it for our projects during the month of September. So when you place any size order in my online store, you get a set of PDF tutorials for 4 projects that coordinate with video tutorials that I share on my blog. And so that is a great way to get some ideas for a coordinating set of supplies. So here are 2 swap cards. This one, super darling and very kawaii. And this is by my friend Cindy Bauman. And she did this card to make the most of the cute pumpkins. And then, so clever, she put a pumpkin spice tea bag inside it. So this is really simple. It's a gatefold card. And then you just seal the top and the bottom here so that there's a little pocket here that you can put something in, like a pumpkin spice tea. Isn't that darling? And I love her color choices. This is super kawaii cute with these colors. And then the little tiny flower on there. Those are the daisies from the main catalog. So, oh gosh, super darling. All right. And then actually I'm going to have to ask Cindy where this little smiley face came from, because this one isn't from the jack-o'-lantern from Pick of the Patch, but it's darling. And then our next card is by Jennifer Cotton, and she featured a little bit darker color scheme here. So this is copper clay and pretty peacock, and this really pretty foiled paper here that I also adore. So really pretty card here by Jennifer. Okay, so, and watch for more projects. Let's see, do I have the one I showed? Here's the one I shared, I think yesterday, with that stamp set too. So a little bit different color scheme with that really strong Calypso coral. And speaking of really strong Calypso coral, the colors that I'm using for my cards came from the Modern Garden Suite, the Garden Walk Suite, and the Garden Walk Designer Series paper that matches the Modern Garden bundle. So here is a card by Terry Biggs, and Terry featured the same Calypso coral colors here and Mossy Meadow from this for like a 4 square kind of card. So this is featured the Modern Garden stamps. This card is by Julie Davison, and she pulled out from this color, I swear this paper has so many choices in it. She pulled out the Wild Wheat from this, which has a whole different feel, and Poppy Parade. So this is Wild Wheat, Pretty Peacock, and Poppy Parade to really focus in on those colors. And then I have another card here by Natalie Travis. And Natalie's card also features those same colors. She was drawn to the same colors that Julie used, and so this is her card. And this is one of the folders from the holiday catalog. I love these waves. And then this is, ta-da, a 3x4 card. You know you love them. This 3x4 format where you have a 3x3 inch square and then a 1x3 inch here in the center. So there's a LovenStamps Sketch Saver all about 3x4 cards. So there are some fun samples of the Garden Walk Suite. And I'm just going to point out too, the Garden Walk Suite, the paper in this is designed so that there's a little of everything. There's Christmas, and then there's spring, summer, and fall that are a little bit more interchangeable, as well as the flowers. There's poinsettia here. And then there are greetings in the stamp set to kind of go along with them too. So this could be a birthday set. It could be a Christmas set. It could be enjoy your special day, which is anything. Fun-filled future together. It could be a great anniversary or wedding card. There really is no end. You can use just the best wishes out of the best wishes stamp. So really, this is a terrific all-purpose stamp set. And with the Modern Garden or Modern Oval Punch pairing, this is just an outstanding for all occasions kind of thing to have on hand. So I'm really, really a big fan of it. All right, so the next card I have a sample for is this very pretty card. This is by Anna Masternak, and she used the whale watching. She lives in Florida, so that works out really well. But here's the card that she did. And these waves dies are so much fun. This is a die set, a special die set from the annual catalog that just came out. So make sure you check that out if that's super appealing. And then deckled circles. So, all right. And then the last card I'm going to show you is actually one of my very favorites, saving one of the best for last, Year to Celebrate. And this card is by the amazingly talented Mary Ellen Stites. And she used this triple stitch tag, which I am definitely going to have to get. I've seen it a number of times. And then this super clever little party popper. We've talked about this before on Maker Mornings with Meg. I can never remember what this thing is called. But in any case, Mary Ellen stamped all the pieces of it and then, or probably die cut it and then stamped all the pieces of it. So you can see she also used those discs on there. So lots of good possibilities for those. And then this star paper is from the Merry Bold and Bright, right back at the very beginning. So it kind of brings us around full circle. It is included in this Merry Bold and Bright paper, which is definitely not just Christmas. So here is a gorgeous birthday card with a little strand of the twine. So this is actually from the In Color Twines. This one is the Wild Wheat, and she separated the strands and used just one strand on here for a piece that is just the right scale to go along with our card. So, All right, then finally there's those deckled circles, which you're gonna see over and over again. And then some more stamp sets that I also love, so you're gonna see some more of those from me. When you get to the back of the catalog, you can check out all of the bundles that are here, the stamp sets, the dies, all of the folders are shown here at the bottom. A blow ticker. It's called a blow ticker? This thing? A blow ticker. All right, well, that is definitely something I've never heard before. So I was this many years old when I learned what that thing is actually called. All right, cool. Tickler. Oh, blow tickler. Blow tickler. So, taught by spelling. Okay, blow tickler. All right, still, I was this many years old when I learned that, so just a couple seconds later from the other one. Anyway, designer series papers, all pieces here, the punches, the sequins, ribbons, all kinds of fabulous possibilities here. Don't forget that when you have an order, oh, party horn, Elaine called it a party horn. That sounds familiar to me too. So I don't know, I might have to call it a blow tickler from now on. So the Stampin Rewards, so you can host an event to have earn Stampin Rewards from the orders at your event, or you can place an order. If your order is fairly large, $150, then you would get an extra 10% back in Stampin Rewards. And you're going to pick those out. You're not going to put the host code in. My host code, as long as you're shopping with me, make sure my name's on the corner of your screen. You'll still get credit for Perks Points and so forth, shopping sprees from me. But you'll also get to pick out your Stampin Rewards while you're shopping. So you get an extra 10% for free, and then 300, 12%, and it goes up from there. So at $450, you actually get an item for half price. Good times. And then, da-da-da, the last part of the catalog, do be part of something more. This is the reminder that being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator is absolutely fantastic. If it seems like I'm excited about all of our cards tonight, is because I totally am. Believe it or not, I love what I do, and the chance to share all these projects with you and so forth are so much fun. The chance to share stamping, which makes a difference in so many of our lives. It just all a very, an amazing gift. So if you've thought about being a demonstrator and your shopping list from this catalog is really long, you might consider getting part of it as a demonstrator starter kit, which comes at a great discount. It's $99, and you pick out $125 of whatever products you want. So you have that chance to get those things at a discount. And then after that, the items that you order for yourself are also at a discount, between 20% or more, depending on your title. So it's a really great opportunity to, kind of get what you want from here, right? Merry Christmas to you. And then also shop at a discount. Plus, when you're a demonstrator, you get to pre-order, so we get to shop early for things. So our next early shopping opportunity will be at the very end of November, beginning of December, when the next mini catalog comes out. So I don't know, if you're a demonstrator and you know that you absolutely love the early shopping perks. So, all right. So with that, today is the first day of ordering for the new mini catalog. If you have any questions about things, or you're not sure if something's out of stock or coming back or what, it's pretty early, so chances are good that it's coming back. And I sent an email today earlier with some more information about the items that were already that were out of stock as of this afternoon. So not a very long list. Unfortunately, there's lots of other good stuff available. But with that, I will see you guys again tomorrow morning. Oh my goodness. We're going to turn around fast. So in 12 hours or so, I will have another video for you with Maker Mornings with Meg. So that is Tuesday and Thursday morning. And that is appears live at 9:30 a.m. Central Time here in the same place on the LovenStamps Facebook page if you're watching here, or if you're watching the replay later on YouTube, you have to go back over to Facebook to LovenStamps Facebook page to see the live videos. But they are just a fun treat to get together, and we stamp together and make a card and so forth. So, or a project. Tomorrow is going to be it'll be a surprise. I have a couple things in mind. I haven't decided which one I'm going to do tomorrow. So it probably will be something from the Pick of the Patch stamp set. Maybe. Anyway, you'll just have to tune in tomorrow to find out for sure. So, well, I'm really glad that, thank you guys for all the kind comments. And Kathy, thanks for I'm so glad you enjoy being a demonstrator. You're a delightful addition to our group also. It's a fun community and a chance to share ideas and get together virtually and so forth. We're actually getting ready for a big event coming up later in September. So if you have any questions, let me know. I look forward to sharing more projects with you from this fabulous book. If you don't have one of these paper catalogs and you would like one, you can go over to my website at LovenStamps.com and check out the catalogs tab and request a catalog there. So all kinds of good things to be seen in the book. So we just touched on the tip of the iceberg tonight. Get it? Like holiday catalog, winter, tip of the iceberg. I know. I think it is time for me to sign off. So I will see you guys tomorrow morning for Maker Mornings with Meg. And I appreciate you guys spending some time with me this evening. So happy stamping, everyone. Have a great evening.